4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling. Brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Also brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. And by Oak Knoll, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. Welcome to Hawkeye Wrestling.
Good Sunday evening. Welcome back in one final time to the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma for the final round of the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. We started out with 16 teams yesterday morning, and we've made our way to the final two, wrestling for the $200,000 purse and championship prize, and that will feature the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Alongside Mark Ironside, Stephen Grace saying thanks for joining us here this evening. They've got the four mats cleared off. They've got the elevated stage and one mat in the center of it, a red tunnel and a green tunnel, and ready to get things underway. And Mark, we were talking a little bit with Coach Brands in between, and I mean, we're going to hear from him coming up, but really turned out to be a decent weekend in terms of just how they put this on, what they've done to do anything to help promote and grow, especially dual meets and the sport of wrestling.
Yeah, this has been awesome. We've been talking about it. This is one of the reasons I actually ended up deciding to come out here, was just to kind of see this event, see what it's all about. And it's fantastic that the event uses money for, building the future of the sport. I love to see that. It goes back into the pockets. And then as Coach Tom Brands was talking to you and I about in the hotel room earlier, is that, I don't know who the guy's name is or whatever that, is kind of in charge of all this and the money guy behind it all, whatever. Every penny that he makes off this tournament, he's reinvesting back into, as you'll hear in just a few minutes on his pre-match show, but he's reinvesting back into the tournament. So if there's $1 million purse this year and he makes $500,000 this year off the tournament, well, then next year is going to be $1.5 million purse. And that's freaking awesome for the sport of wrestling.
Yeah, anything to help grow it. And it helps when you put on an event like this and then you have the competition that we've had this weekend. I mean, we have 3 number 1 guys in the country that have gotten knocked off, defending national champions. I mean, there's been upsets galore. You've had great matches going back and forth. Just our Iowa-Okie State match earlier today is evidence, but a lot of those matches this weekend where teams are fighting, scratching, clawing for every last point, every last inch makes a huge difference. And you just hope that you and I that have been around it for so long, you obviously a little longer than me, but we understand that. But getting others to see that and get that and understand that importance really goes that next step that hopefully start to see more of that continue to promote it and get the casual fan more and more interested.
Yeah, I think this honestly is going to be the first of many things to come of this kind of setup and situation and magnitude, and using NIL for good. And so I think it's going to help really grow and make events even better and better as we get further down the line here. I think this is the first. They're the entrepreneurs of it here, and kind of blazing the trail. And I think it's good. I mean, obviously there's some hiccups along the way, as you're going to have at any tournament. The first time you ever have it, I know like little things like weigh-ins didn't really go smoothly yesterday morning, and the area in the back. There's only 16 teams here and had a national tournament here, and the area in the back they're cramped like there's 35 teams here or something, I mean, give them a little bit more, camp space in the back and stuff like that or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, there's things to work out, but overall, I know that we talked to Tom, and he's been pleased and very well pleased, and not exactly happy with the date of the tournament, but at the same time, he is kind of scratching his head. He's like, I don't know exactly what the perfect timing would be. There really is no perfect timing for us teams in the Big Ten, because our schedule is so brutal.
Right.
Once you get after Christmas, it's just, it's a pretty brutal, heavy schedule, and there's no real downtime to focus on something like that. But at the same time, you don't want to do it at the beginning of the year when it's new and, guys, like you and I, that was their first match yesterday, first duel of the entire year, and you're in basically a national tournament. That's kind of tough.
Yeah. And people don't understand that either. You're training all the time, you're exercising, but there's a difference between being just in shape in general and being in game shape, in wrestling match shape. And your nerves, your adrenaline, everything else takes so much more out of you that, you got to be able to step it up that next step and be able to kind of blow the cobwebs out just a little bit. And so, yeah, it'll be interesting to see as this continues to progress, how it stays the same and how things might change as well. So is interesting as we are, still with ESPN coverage, still about 15 minutes away from getting started. We talked a lot all day yesterday and earlier today. Really felt like a good crowd, very pro Oklahoma State. We were talking before we came on, what do we think? You look down this lower bowl with all the curtains up top covered up. We said that lower section's maybe 5,000 or 6,000 capacity. I don't know, maybe a little more. I'm not great at estimating. I would say it was probably half to two-thirds full most of the weekend. I'm thinking we're probably going to see maybe about half of that. The ends, there's pretty much nobody in, and then the lower sections are maybe a third full right now. So that's the one hard thing when you have just two teams wrestling at the very end like this, where all of a sudden, hey, Oklahoma State, it's right in their backyard. They've got a huge crowd. They're done this morning. Do you see a lot of those fans come back? And it'd be great to figure out how to get more of that fan support coming in here and following along.
Right. Right now we got it down to one mat. It's on an elevated stage. When I walked in, when we came in here earlier tonight, I walked out on the floor, and they got this set up like a national finals tournament where they have a green carpet and a red carpet. Each athlete will come out one at a time, get up on the stage. They're making this a spectacular event here tonight in performance. To get more people in here tonight, you could do really, honestly, a third and a fifth at the same time to keep more people here in the facility and run them all together. But at the same time, it's nice that those third and fifth place teams and the teams that lost those matches, those guys are already on their buses and they're heading back, or planes or whatever, heading back to their schools, so those guys can get back for, 8 a.m. classes tomorrow morning. And they're not here super late at night, but at the same time, you're not going to have a ton of fans here. But look I'm impressed, though. I'm seeing a lot of orange still here. A lot of the Oklahoma State fans stayed here that are local, I mean, they probably bought like a day's ticket or something like that, or weekend ticket, so they paid the money to be here anyway, so they probably came in here to watch it in person, and which is awesome to see because it shows that they're fans of the sport, not just fans of Oklahoma State.
Right.
Now, question is, who are they going to be cheering for? I mean, if Iowa gets taken down, you're probably going to hear a lot of roars from the orange people wearing orange down there. Ohio State probably has some extra fans here tonight. That's just how it works when you're an Iowa Hawkeye.
Just a few. Well, as the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular reminds you that on game days, your hands are for cheering, not texting, because game days are built for the Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. As Mark alluded to, we had a chance to track down Coach Brands back at the hotel a little bit ago, get his thoughts on what to expect heading into this final session. We will hear from him when we come back. This is the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the pre-meet. Time for our talk with Hawkeye coach Tom Brands, presented by Hy-Vee. Finals of the National Duels Invitational, presented by Paycom. And Hawkeyes taking on a Big Ten foe in Ohio State. Coach, it's been a weekend, a lot of hard-fought matches, and it comes down to this with the Buckeyes here this evening.
Every point mattered, especially in that last duel. Every point mattered, and Mo and Dean went and got one. I've said that 3 times now post-match. But now we're looking ahead. We got Ohio State. We got to be ready to go. We'll start at 125. This Paycom thing is I mean, you cannot give them enough credit for how it is presented as far as the prize money, etc. It's unprecedented in wrestling. You have to keep saying that. It's run like a regular wrestling tournament. It feels like a regular wrestling tournament. And then all of a sudden you got these big purses, and then they're going to reinvest. And it's just something where they're trying to spark something where dual meets are important. And, you know, I don't know if it's going to last or not, but they already got a date locked in for next year, and it's a go for next year. So I got to say that. The other thing is we got Ironside right here for the first time ever in the pre-meet. And maybe he's got something to say too, but we definitely got to be ready to go. We're looking to 6 o'clock session. It's on ESPN2. We got Ohio State, and we start at 25, and we got to score points. It seems like points have been very stingy to come by. Like, they're just hard. Takedowns are hard. I mean, and it doesn't have to be that hard. You know, and then I talked last night a little bit about a lull in a couple areas where, you know, just, I mean, what's going on out there? We need to eliminate those lulls, and we need to be punching these points on the board and like a pinball machine. And you can do that. I mean, you can do that. So let's do it. That's where I'm at.
Looking forward to it, Coach. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's Hawkeye Coach Tom Brands, presented by Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Hawkeyes Wrestling. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Back with more of the pre-meet. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Despite the unshakable Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Life's busy. Quickstar makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Top off your tank with Quickstar's fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus, enjoy added perks like free ATMs and complimentary air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. Stop into Quickstar today.
Welcome back to the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom, getting ready for the finals match between the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Iowa came in as the number 1 seed, and the Buckeyes came in as the number 3. They took it to Nebraska earlier today to set up this match here. We will talk about lineups, but first we need to step out for stations along the network to identify themselves. You're listening to Iowa Wrestling. Hawkeyes and Buckeyes, a preview of the match that we will have later on this year in the Big Ten season, but might as well get a first look at it here in the month of November. As Coach Brands alluded to, everything this weekend starting at 125 pounds. 10th ranked Dean Peterson for the Hawkeyes will take on either number 16 Brendan McCrone or Nick Bouzakis. Bouzakis wrestled at 133 last year, but down at 125 this season. At 133, second-ranked Drake Ayala will be taking on number 9, Ben Davino. Davino, highly touted youngster. We saw him at Carver last year in the dual meet. At 141, ninth-ranked Nasir Bailey will take on number 1, Jesse Mendez. At 149 pounds, either Ryder Block or Kale Voinovich will take on number 9, Ethan Stiles. At 157 pounds, number 11, Jordan Williams will take on 8th-ranked Brandon Cannon. At 165 pounds, number 2, Michael Caliendo takes on number 12, Patty Gallagher. At 174 pounds, second-ranked Patrick Kennedy for the Hawkeyes will take on number 9, Carson Harchla. At 184 pounds, number 2, Angelo Ferrari just continues his top 10 gauntlet this weekend. He'll take on number 7, Dylan Fishback. At 197, the hero of the morning, Masoma Indine, number 16 in the country, will take on either Seth Shoemate or number 13 ranked Luke Gyog. And then we will close it out maybe with Gage Marty taking on number 6 Nick Feldman for the Buckeyes. So a lot of intriguing matchups right there, Mark. And you know, every time we run into anybody, fans, other media members, how do you think this is going to, what do you think this is going to be? You look, there's a lot of these on paper, just like earlier today. they could go either way. So we're going to have to be ready to get after it as soon as we get going here tonight.
It was speaking of get going tonight. That was Sam Bosler, our SID calling, and he said because volleyball is on ESPN2 right now, they are holding this duel, the start of this duel, until 6:15.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So we got an extra 8 minutes. Well, while we await that, let's step out, take another quick commercial break right now as they get ready for the national anthem. We will come back and have more from the BOK Center and the National Duels Invitational right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at Dodge Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Dodge Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to the BOK Center, the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. Talk about home crowd advantage for Oklahoma State, but Mark, we've got the hat lady. Always does it, Carver. Give me an I, give me an O, give me a W, give me an A, and what's it spell? And she throws the hat into the crowd.
We got one section of Iowa fans down there, seeing some black and gold. And then Ohio State's got a little bit here and there. I can see some red throughout on the other side over there. And then the majority of the crowd is still Oklahoma State fans. Yeah. Probably 75% of it. So I'm glad that they actually showed back up and made the environment here a little bit better than if they all would have just went home and watched on TV. And so this is good of them. So what a barn burner of a duel it was earlier between Iowa and Oklahoma State. And I looked for this duel between us and Ohio State to be very similar as well, too. So a lot of unknowns, a lot of matches that could go either way. A couple of matches, you know, for each team that they're probably expecting bonus. And they're hoping to get them because they might need them. So we'll see what this dual meet brings. But I know one thing: it's going to be exciting, and it's going to keep us on the edge of our seats. And weren't you telling me too in the hotel that what was their average?
So Ohio State. So each individual session yesterday, they took the 5 fastest first takedowns from a team. So it had to be 5 different wrestlers, and then they averaged the time. And I think Iowa last night against Illinois, we showed up on the board. Our average time was like 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. Ohio State won, I think, 2 of the sessions. I think both sessions they wrestled in. And the first one, it was like a minute 20-something. The second one that they won, their average first takedown was 18 seconds.
That's insane. Their average.
5 guys, and the average was 18 seconds. So they definitely came out with the intention of we are going to score early and score often. And you know what? Is it any surprise that they lost, 5 matches between their 3 duels that they've wrestled so far? If you're coming out and scoring
so
that
right
quick?
away, usually who scores first wins the freaking bout. Come out, you set the pace, you set the tone, you get after it early, and that's what Tom was talking about and alluded to in his pre-match interview as well, too.
So definitely need to be ready. I mean, that's what he talked about. You know, we got down here Friday night, and he told the team, hey, this isn't work in. This isn't a, all due respect, a Luther Open or even a Soldier Salute where, maybe your first round matchup, you can kind of work into it a little bit and know that, as the day goes on, you're going to have to pick it up. Like, boom, you're out there, you're ready to go from that first whistle. And obviously, if you're here to Sunday night, you're in the championship elevated stage, you should know that's going to be the case, and you got to be able to step up and respond in kind. But definitely one of those things that early in the season, you may see guys not necessarily recognize that and have to be able to adjust just a little bit. Stop by, see what everyone's talking about at Watermill Kitchen and Bar, voted the 2025 Best New Restaurant by the Corridor Business Journal. This modern Midwestern restaurant located in the heart of the Iowa River Landing features chef-inspired takes on all your favorite dishes with amazing daily specials, unique cocktails, and monthly events. Well, they're starting a few minutes late because of volleyball on ESPN2 right ahead of us. Great to have that extra coverage, though. Mark, you and I were talking a little bit. Obviously, you were a competitor in this event multiple times, and it's interesting. You always have a really tough schedule. Coach Brands talked about that at Media Day, so you're going to be wrestling the best teams. And you look at the schedule here this weekend, and a majority of the teams that are here are teams that we're going to be seeing again. Yeah. So we'll have a rematch with Oklahoma State. We'll have a rematch with Ohio State. But, talk about when you were a competitor. I mean, you were talking about Minnesota your senior year where you wrestled Sunday night, turned around Friday, had to wrestle them up in Minneapolis.
Yeah, Tom and I were talking about that in the room after his interview, and, that's why we're talking about the schedule. What's the best time to have it? If you wait till January, you get into the Big Ten schedule, well, depends on how the tournament falls and who you wrestle in the tournament. I mean, even if we don't have Illinois in the finals, we wrestled them yesterday. Well, that could be another Bird and Drake Ayala matchup this next Friday in the dual meet in Carver Hawkeye Arena or Champaign, Illinois. And you just never know how it's going to kind of unfold, and that's what I was telling Tom, if he remembered. Then I kind of jogged his memory a little bit, and then he did remember that my senior year, national duels were in Iowa City in the Carver Hawkeye Arena. We wrestled Minnesota in the finals, and then that was on a Sunday, late afternoon, and then we went up there on Friday and wrestled them again in Williams Arena. So that was 2 great, big, huge duels, 1 versus 2, within 6 days of each other. So you just never know how it's going to kind of play out. But at the same time, as an athlete, it's kind of like iron sharpens iron, and that's what you want is it prepares you for the postseason. It prepares you for the Big Tens, and it prepares you for the Nationals. The thing is us being in the Big Ten Conference, it's great because it's a conference that prepares you way more than any other conference for the postseason, especially obviously for the national tournament. But at the same time, it makes for a grueling and kind of tough, regular dual meet season. And there's not a whole lot of downtime, especially when you have Friday, Sunday duels on multiple weekends. So. But again, that's what makes you a better wrestler and competitor, and you learn from it and you grow from it.
Like we said, we're still waiting volleyball to get wrapped up. Let's sneak in one quick bonus break right here, and then we will come back and hopefully have wrestling action for you. The National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. Final session, Iowa and Ohio State. Hopefully have wrestling when we return. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less growling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his true blue crew at Bad Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Bad Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere, pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where we're waiting for the start of the Ohio State versus Iowa finals dual meet. This is going to be a great matchup between these guys, and we don't really know how some of these matches are going to play out. Some of these guys have wrestled before. Some of these guys have never wrestled before. It's going to be kind of like the Oklahoma State dual meet was earlier, where every time, I mean, it doesn't really matter who's favored and what the paper says or anything. And Dean Peterson proved that right out of the gate against Oklahoma State earlier today when he was taking on number 2 ranked and NCAA runner-up Spratley and beat him. And at the same time, we got beat in a couple of matches that we were supposed to win. So. But Ohio State, man, they have looked so good. They kind of came in sneaky good into this tournament. Like, nobody, I don't think, really thought that everybody expected Nebraska to be here right now. And they absolutely thumped and destroyed Nebraska. As well did Oklahoma State for third.
Same thing, yeah.
But you know what? That doesn't, to me, in my mind, that doesn't take away anything for Nebraska where they're going to end up at the end of the year.
Oh, no. I mean, like we said, it's early in the season. So there's a lot of results this weekend that could be completely different if you wrestled it again tonight versus yesterday. A lot different in 2 weeks if they wrestled it again, and then completely different in March as well. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine, changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. Chris Hopper, going to be a while. It's 1-1 in a best-of-5 match.
I thought volleyball was over.
How did they schedule that so poorly?
I don't think so. I think volleyball's over. We're getting ready to go right now. I mean,
they got the lights on, the TV guys down there. So
yeah, and they got the guys in the corners ready to run out of the tunnels and down their long green and red carpets. So
real quick, we got to give a quick shout out. Hawkeye women wrestlers won their dual meet on the aircraft carrier yesterday.
Thanks for tuning in, Green. Everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys all listening, and I know you can be watching it on TV right now and following it on Flow throughout the weekend, but we appreciate the listeners that are out there and able to bring the broadcast to you kind of where you're at as you're driving and doing other things and stuff. So I love the radio. I mean, I know I don't really get a chance to sit down and watch TV ever, so I don't get a chance to watch Iowa football. But, man, I tell you what, I love listening to Anger and Dolph, sure. And and football, and just, I mean, that's like my thing is just to sit and listen. I'd rather almost listen to it on the radio for football than watch it on TV a lot of times.
Well, I tell you what, growing up, we never had cable TV, and back in my day, you didn't have every game on TV, so it was maybe once or twice a year if you could sit down and watch it. Otherwise, you had to listen on the radio. So many a Saturday I'd spend on the lawnmower with the radio going, mowing the yard.
That's how I do it too. A lot of Cubs games on the radio while I'm mowing the lawn too, headphones on. So,
But you get an appreciation for it, and I mean, it's theater of the mind, and that's what we try to do is paint the picture so that you can see it and understand it. And
sometimes it's hard. Sometimes things happen so fast in the sport of wrestling, and it's really tough to describe. And then, when we get carried away or we get excited or upset or whatever, then we got to go back and kind of recap what just kind of happened there or whatever. So we do the best we can and enjoy doing it. And it's a lot of fun to try and bring the action and kind of paint a picture in your guys' minds and allow you to follow along. So these athletes, poor athletes, they're still waiting on TV here right now, and these poor athletes are just staying there like in the corners waiting to come out. Here we go. Lights are completely off in the building now, like completely off. So we're getting close here. Not even a spotlight on right now.
Iowa will be in the green corner, which is both tunnels are to our left. We'll be on the near side. Ohio State coming out from the far side. Spotlight bringing them out. Bouzakis is going to get the nod for the Buckeyes. Drake Ayala tech-fauled Bouzakis last year.
Bouzakis tech-fauled who?
Drake tech-fauled Bouzakis when he was up at 33 last year.
So dark in here, I can't even see my papers anymore. Lynn Springs, we love you, man. Love ya. Tegan, Sarah, Tom, Chris, so many people tuning in. Cherie, what an antelope for Tegan. Congratulations on being grandparents. Springs Ranch, one of my favorite places on earth to be. All right, here we go.
Dean Peterson makes his way out. He was about ready to get started, and then Ryan Morningstar Tom Brand saying, hey, you got to come get these ankle bands on.
All right, now we got some light.
Sorochinsky, the side ref, it looks like. Can't remember the head referee's name.
Nick Bouzakis. I don't know who that head referee is.
Get the okay, shake hands, and we are underway. Bouzakis right away coming out, wrestling down on a knee. Peterson coming across, trying to get into those collar ties, takes a shot, missed the leg. Really liked his quote, Mark. I read it to you when we got the email back at the hotel, talking about his takedown to beat Spratley, and he's like, we were on the edge, and I felt him let up, and I just hustled back, used my speed to come around and get the takedown.
And that's what he did. That's what we called it as. You could tell Spratley just relaxed on the edge, thought that, they were going to be out of bounds. It's kind of what Peterson did, how Spratley almost scored the takedown. As Peterson thought they were going to be out of bounds.
Yep.
They kind of did each other, but Peterson was able to capitalize on it and stay in bounds and secure the takedown. It was a big one. Now Peterson in on a shot on Bouzakis here. On the edge, Bouzakis locked through across, trying to roll us through right now. Our head is not in good position here. We do get rolled through, but we try to come up to our feet. Bouzakis picks us up in the air and puts us down, and he's about ready to come around and lock up a cradle on us. Looks like he does have a cradle locked up.
No takedown yet, but it looks like he does have that cradle in. There is the 3 takedown. Well, it looked like Peterson was trying to force that shot kind of from a ways away and just got caught and continued kind of rolling through.
We're in big trouble here.
Bouzakis rolling through on that cradle. He's getting a 4 count out of it.
There's a lot of time here. Bouzakis is trying to settle in and get the fall right now.
He's about ready to.
There's the fall. Wow. Just like that. Just like that. Peterson got in on that shot, started scrambling, got kind of out of position, turning his head into Bouzakis, trying to fight that. And Bouzakis was smart right there, locked up over the head and the knee and locked up that cradle and was very patient with it. Was very, very patient with it. Well, Ohio State continues to roll.
They came to wrestle this weekend.
They just can't do any wrong right now.
Well, step into the power ring with Mid-American Energy. Our mix of wind, solar, and more keeps your energy reliable round after round. Learn more at midamericanenergy.com.
We told you coming in here, we didn't know what was going to happen in some of these matches, and nobody would have expected that.
No, not at all.
Well, that's no good. That's a rough start. Again, we're without our heavyweight, our starting heavyweight, that is, Ben Keeter. We do have Gage Marty that we could wrestle if need be, and judging by that, it's probably going to be a need be if it makes a difference in the duel at the end.
Well, we moved to 133. I thought Samstead they were going to take long breaks after each one, but
well, maybe now that start late, they're not gonna. I don't know.
No, we'll keep it here. Roll with it as we need to. Ben Davino, D-A-V-I-N-O, number 9 in the country, redshirt freshman. We'll be taking on Drake Ayala. How about Drake just turns around and repays the favor right here, gets it right back.
That would be really nice, but Drake's not a pinner. I'd like to know how many pins he's got in his career. Any?
He got one yesterday.
He did?
Yeah, first match against Missouri.
What did he pin him in? I can't even remember.
Remember he was on the edge, kind of a scramble. I think he caught him in a cradle and pinned him, I think.
Come on, Drake. Well, that'd be awesome if we could do that again.
Drake has 4 pins in his career coming into the year, so 5 now.
It's about 1 a year. This would be a good time for one.
Underway here at 133. Said Davino, number 9 in the country. Wrestled in the duel at Carver last year, but Drake did not. We sent out Keon Hernandez. Davino won by tech fall.
Well, you talk about getting punched in the mouth right away, but as Rocky Balboa says, it's not about how hard you get hit. It's about getting hit and getting back up. And right now, the Hawks have to get back up right now, and it's on Drake Ayala to do that for us. Both these guys really low on their stances. And did you hear, you don't even pay attention because we're like so involved in the match and what's going on, but when Ohio State's Bozakis got that fall, this entire crowd just erupted.
Oh, yeah.
So kind of about what I expected.
There's Davino, 2-on-1, tries to get into a carry on Drake.
He does.
And takes us down.
Man,
and he's got that arm trapped underneath.
Ohio State just on fire. They're coming out with all these first period takedowns throughout the tournament, just blowing through the competition in this tournament. Comes out, gets a takedown and a fall against us in the first period of the first match. Now they come out and they take Drake Ayala down, and he's got his flat to the mat right now too. Drake trying to build his base. He is up to his knees now.
Minute 35 to go, first period. Davino with a 3-0 lead. Drake into a sit-out. Davino tries to suck him back. Drake gets the hand control out for the escape. So that'll make it 3-1 now. Drake trails. Drake stand down on one knee. Davino stand from that non-tie. Now Drake finally comes back across. Davino swipes at the ankle. Drake down blocks.
But yeah, what I was saying there before Drake got taken down, I think anybody in this building that's not an Ohio State fan or an Iowa fan, and they're kind of neutral, all those neutral fans are 100% Ohio State fans. Ohio State fans picked up a lot of extra fans here tonight in the house.
Drake had a front headlock, clears out of it. Davino doing a lot of moving. Throwing the arms back and forth. Now comes across, gets
another
in.
Shot. Nice takedown right there by Davino on Drake Ayala. Got an angle on him, got the leg cut off to a double. That was good wrestling right there by Davino. Drake just got caught kind of like looked like a little bit of a drag to an angle right there by Davino. And Davino he just took it to us. That's 2 takedowns in a row for him here in the first period. And like you mentioned earlier, they got, 18-second average first
average,
point. First period takedowns. I mean, these guys are coming out, and they're scrapping right off the whistle, and they're proving it against the Hawkeyes so far. Drake Ayala out to an escape. So at the end of this first period, Davino of Ohio State leads Drake 6-2.
Davino's choice. He'll start down to begin period number 2. Drake had 52 seconds riding time against him to start this period. Rides for about 5 or 6 seconds and then lets him out. So 7-2. Let's see what Drake does here to counteract the flurry that Davino has thrown at him so far.
Davino looks very relaxed. He looks comfortable. He looks relaxed. And he is definitely in the driver's seat right now. But Drake's got to figure out a way now and not wait until the third period for sure. He's got to figure out a way now to get at least one takedown here this period and start sneaking his way back in to this match.
Bobby Telford just hollering, hey, just get one. Can't get two until you get one, so you got to start somewhere. 1:05 to go, second period. 7-2 lead for Davino over Ayala. Hawks trail 6-0.
This is exactly what Tom was talking about in his interview, pre-match interview, is that points are hard to come by. We've been kind of stingy in that we need to start. It doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to be that hard, but yet we're making it hard to get takedowns and get points. And this is a perfect example right here at 103 pounds with Drake Ayala. We're making it really tough on ourselves. We're not coming across and really looking for getting into some good ties, hand fighting, winning the hand fight, creating angles, snaps, moving, creating motion, and putting ourselves in a position to score points. It's just like we're just kind of like stingy and just kind of standing around, hanging out a lot. And there's a nice duck attempt right there by Davino. It takes Drake Ayala down for the third time now.
Drake was just holding in that front head position.
You can't hold there. You can't hold there.
Quick escape, but just like that, it's 10-3 now.
Again, we're holding a position. We're not using what we have to work with. When you hold, that's what happens.
10-3 as we go to the third period. Will be Drake's choice. He'll start down. Does have 52 seconds riding time against him. He'll have to get out in 8 seconds.
Walking around a little bit, like looking like kind of confused, like, hey, should I pick down or should I go neutral almost a little bit? And I'm like, why on earth would you not want to go down? I mean, you've gotten away from him pretty quick every time, and you're down 7 points. You need a good quick escape right now. Just like that. Now we almost got a reversal there. But this Divine, I tell you what, he just looks loose. He looks relaxed. He's just kind of shaking his arms out. He feels really good right now. He has this whole match. You can just tell by his kind of his demeanor and the way his body language. He's so comfortable against Drake Ayala.
10-4 is the lead for Davino. Minute and a half to go in the match, so Drake's going to have to get going, come up with something big here.
Well, this is why I was saying we needed to go earlier. That second period, a takedown right there would have gone a long ways, and we just aren't doing enough to really warrant putting points on the board. And we're down by like 3 takedowns.
Yeah.
And we're wrestling right now like we're ahead by a point or two, or it's a tie score.
Drake trying to find that underhook. Tries a little drag action. Davino doing a good job of staying square with him.
I mean, honestly, right now, if you want to win this match, you need to be looking something feet to back.
50 seconds to go.
Drake Ayala ranked 3rd right now. Ben Davino ranked 8th. Unless Drake does something here the last 30 seconds of the match big, that's going to change.
He's got an underhook trying to throw it by. Davino just stays square with him. Drake just hasn't had an answer for him. There's Davino with the shot.
He hasn't. He hasn't gotten to the legs one time in this match. Not once. Drake hasn't. He hasn't touched his legs. He cannot get through his arms. That's it.
Another shot by Davino right there at the very end. Drake fights it off to avoid another major decision. But just like that, the Hawks fall behind by a score of 9-0. We'll step out for a break. We'll be back with more of the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Iowa fans, with US Mode from US Cellular, you can keep your eye on the game, not on your screen. Whether you're inside the stadium, tailgating in the lots, or listening to the game at home, US Cellular wants you to focus on genuine connections with your family, friends, and fellow Hawkeye fans. That means at game time, you should do less scrolling and more cheering. So eliminate distractions and build connections by setting your phone to US Mode, because game day is for cheering on the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! US Cellular, built for us.
Welcome back to the BOK Center. National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. Stephen Grayson, Mark Ironside. Hawkeye fans a little shell-shocked after the first two matches.
Yeah, I mean, those two matches were favored in both those matches, and we lose them both. Now, Ohio State's heavily favored coming out, and this is a match they're looking for some big extra bonus points. So, not looking good for the Hawks. Giving up two matches that they really were expecting to win, the first two matches for sure. And then Mendez right now is a heavy favorite over Bailey. Mendez, two-time national champion?
I think so, yeah.
I think he is too. And so this isn't going to be a pretty start for the Iowa Hawkeyes by any means. And I tell you what, though, you got to give credit where credit is due. Ohio State, they're not coming out and just kind of winning a couple close matches against us and sneaking in a takedown here and a couple takedown there and winning. I mean, they are taking it to us.
Yeah.
Like bad.
But like we said, that's what they've done all weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it just does. This is exactly what they did in Nebraska at 10 o'clock this morning, too. I mean, they just smoked and rolled through Nebraska. And they just got it going on right now. But like you said earlier, we go to Ohio State later in the season at Ohio State. So, if we ended up losing this duel today, I guess, if anything, I'd rather go into their home facility, remembering this, and come out on top there than win this one and lose there, personally. I mean, obviously, we want to win them both.
Win everything,
but at least we're going to get some redemption over them. I'm not sure if that one's in February. I think it's in February. Not 100% for sure.
I believe it is, yeah.
It's a Michigan State, Ohio State weekend. I think it's Michigan State on a Friday and Ohio State on a Sunday, I think.
Other way around. Ohio State on Friday the 6th and Michigan State Sunday the 8th. Mendez does make his way out. He had a National Finals rematch this morning with Brock Hardy and came out on top. I think that was 4-1 in the third period. He got a late takedown. Bailey making his way out from the corner. Well, compassionate help anytime, anywhere. Call or text 988 for the 988 Lifeline. Bailey with a slow walk out from the corner. Taking a little extra time to enjoy his walkout song.
I've never heard of this song before.
Me neither. They had something on Hawkeye Twitter the other day. I don't know, says Be Faithful by Fat Man Scoop. They listed all of the guys' walkout songs. Underway here. These two have never wrestled before. Josh Briscoe is the other referee. There's a stall call on Bailey for backing out. Mendez had an underhook on him. Back to the center. Bailey lost earlier today to Vega of Oklahoma State. Vega came back around and majored Brock Hardy. See if Nasir can channel something here against the defending national champ. 45 seconds gone by. No score here. Hawks trail 9-0 in the team score. 2 matches gone by. It's a shot by Mendez. Just tapped the head, gets down to the ankle.
Nice finish right there by Mendez. He didn't finish it yet. He's up on his feet. Nasir Bailey doing a really good job trying to defend this, but Mendez takes him down and almost put him on his back there. Mendez, you can just tell, he's just so much more powerful and stronger than Bailey. Was Bailey 33 last year?
2 years ago. I think he was 41 last year.
Yeah, you can tell Mendez just definitely a lot more powerful than what Bailey is. A bigger 41-pounder for sure.
I think he was 33 last year.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't know for sure.
Mendez intentionally release, so that'll make it 3-1 now. Now they're going to get a point for hands to the face against Bailey, so that'll make it 4-1 in favor of Mendez. They stopped him once and warned him, and that time the referee does call it.
Tom's not happy about that. Not happy about that call at all. He says, "I want to talk to these guys. I want to talk to these, as in the referees. I want to talk to these guys."
They're going to go to their respective corners so that Tom can talk to them. All I heard Tom say was call it.
Both ways.
Yeah.
There's a warning against the Iowa bench just because nothing that Tom said, but anytime you stop the action, you bring the referees over, talk to them, that becomes a warning.
Bailey drops for a shot, but Mendez hustles into a front headlock.
See how he pulls him down, moves him right there?
Yep.
He's moving Bailey all over in that front lock. He's not holding position. Trying to throw him over. They ended up going out of bounds right there.
Another stall call against Bailey. So that'll make it 5-1 Mendez. Let's see if Nasir can dig deep here and find something. Mendez pops the arm, gets to a shot, down to the ankle. And climbs up over the hips for another 3. Now he goes to a far side cradle.
I mean, he's
headhunting out there.
Yeah,
man.
that's what they're doing. I mean, they're just coming out and just taking it to us. I mean, they're coming out and wrestling. We're coming out here just trying to survive, and they're coming out being offensive. This is not Iowa wrestling or what we want to see by any means. And I mean, this is Mendez versus Bailey right now. This is like man versus boy almost. He's just so much more physical than what Bailey is, and there's not much Bailey can even do for himself out there. He's just kind of getting bullied all over the mat in an offensive manner by Mendez.
Yeah. 8-1 as they go out of bounds. 9 seconds left here in this first period. Mendez rides him out. He will get up over a minute of riding time.
But like you said, I mean, so what? I mean, Bailey's got to fight, He's got to stay in there and fight. See if he can't get to a leg or do something. Figure out a way.
Mendez up 8-1 with exactly 1 minute of riding time. Bailey defers his choice. Mendez is going to go neutral. Collar tie by Bailey. Mendez does a great job clearing out of that and then just coming right back and then hits a double, cuts off to the single. Over towards the edge, now comes up over the head, looking for that cradle. Now drops back down to the ankle. Bailey trying to do the splits, sitting out on his butt. Mendez trying to pull him back in. Mendez looks to elevate. Bailey hanging on to a wrist, trying to clear that grip out. Mendez trying to pull him back in. As he does, Bailey able to get his toe to the mat and gets up to his feet, breaks the grip, go out of bounds, head back to the center. There's Nasir with the shot. Underhook thrown in by Mendez to block that off. And he just pushes us right to the edge. Bailey trying to circle back in. Mendez just stalking heavy with that underhook. Now clears out. Bailey all the way out of bounds, going to get hit for stalling again. That'll make it 9-1.
Bailey needs to do some sumo drills in the wrestling room. Learn how to circle, stay in bounds. Get your level lower, get your shoulder lower, your center of gravity a little bit lower.
Mendez hits a sweep right on the edge. We throw the whizzer in. He picks us up and throws us down for 3 more.
And like literally throws us down. Just picks us up and throws us down.
Bailey flat on the mat right now. There he builds his base, and Mendez throws a leg in. Flattens him down again. 20 seconds left, second period.
Mendez just honestly, he's just punishing Master Bailey.
Sear trying to work up to that base. As soon as he does, Mendez just pops those legs and flattens the hips back down. Second period will come to an end. Will be a 12-1 lead with 1:39 of riding time for Mendez. Bailey's choice. Probably going to go neutral, which he does. Taking his time, getting his singlet pulled back down. Walks back to the center. Drops in on a shot right away. Mendez, though, felt it coming. Left hand on the collar. Mendez just a lot of pressure. Drops in, hits that low single again. Comes up over the waist as we throw that whizzer. He tries to throw it by. We're able to sag our hips right there. Right on the edge, we try to circle. 2-point stall call.
Took Tom Brands in the ear of Nasir Bailey right now, telling him he's got to get back out there. You got to get out there, stud. You got to fight. You got to continue to wrestle here. Like I said from the very beginning, Mendez is so tough. So tough. Like, 2-time national champion and good at doing it, too.
Yeah.
And, it's just like man versus boy. He just tormenting Nasir Bailey out there.
Bailey with a little attempt right there, but then they come up in an over-under situation.
He's controlling every aspect of the sport right now, every inch of the mat. But the thing about Bailey is he's got to fight. Come on, get up and get back to the center instead of kind of sitting on the edge feeling sorry for yourself right now. Go in there and fight.
14-1 with a minute to go in the match. Mendez again just keeping that pressure, and Bailey backing up. Shot there by Mendez. We reshoot, almost get to a cradle, but we miss it. And then as we were trying to lock up the leg, Mendez comes around and gets the 3. 17-1 Tech fall. 14-0 in favor of the Ohio State Buckeyes. We will step out for another break. We'll be back with more from Tulsa right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
This is Jordan Sekefetz here for my dad Brian and his True Blue crew at Bad Street Tire. If you're wrestling with your car or truck, let their crew take care of you and your family with honest and quality award-winning service. For over 30 good years, Bad Street Tire have been champions for Hawkeye fans everywhere. pinning down prices and problems for their neighbors. Don't let your vehicle's tires and troubles keep you from achieving your goals. Dodge Street Tire at the corner of Dodge and Church Street.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome back to the BOK Center, the National Duels Invitational, presented by Paycom. Kind of a shell-shocked Hawkeye crowd so far. Iowa losing by pin, by decision, and by tech fall. They trail 14-0.
Yeah, not a good start for the Hawks.
We move to 149 pounds. Ethan Stiles, number 9 in the country, transfer from Oregon State. See who they send out for the Hawkeyes. I believe it's going to be Ryder Block.
Well, Block, if it is Block, he's been having an awfully good weekend so far. Hopefully he can let it continue. A little Phil Collins right now for a walkout song here.
Waiting to see for sure. Don't recognize this song either.
I don't either. Hopefully Ryder can stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
All right.
14-0 in favor of the Buckeyes.
I don't believe either one of these guys are ranked.
Stiles is number 9.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Well, Ryder Block, he's knocked off a ranked opponent earlier, so couple.
Yep.
Was it Steed that he knocked off? What was that guy's name? Steed or Edmund?
Edmund.
Edmund, and then he knocked off Swiderski.
Yep.
So he's knocked off 2 ranked opponents, top 10 ranked opponents so far. Might as well make another one. Yeah, Ethan Stiles ranked number 10.
Stiles a shot from a long ways away. We were able to clear that.
Shot by Block from a ways away, gets in on the leg, head of the inside. Now Stiles puts himself in danger here, trick knee, and now you're going to see it go to a stalemate. I like that shot by Block. That's one of few shots we've even seen by the Hawks here. It might be the first time we actually touched a leg and got in on our hands, locked on a leg in 4 matches.
I mean, Peterson took the shot, but
yeah, he did.
Got out scrambled and then cradled and pinned.
Block was shot that same leg from a ways away.
Comes up in an over-under situation. Stiles tries to snap. We come back across. Stiles circles back in. We've got an overhook on that right side. Block trying to circle back in. Another big snap by Stiles. Block clears out of that. Backs his way towards the middle of the mat. Takes another shot at that leg. Stiles just throws it back out of the way.
Come on, Ryder Block. Come on, kid.
Minute 14 to go in this opening period. 149-pound match. Tries a little pass-by attempt. Comes
Nice.
back on a reshot, gets to the leg, right on the edge. Trying to pick him up, trips him down, almost catches the head. But as he did, Styles reaches back, grabs our leg. Still no takedown yet. Now we're locked through the crotch. Styles now trying to elevate us. We try to roll him through as we go out of bounds. No points.
Tom loves that. He loves that out of Ryder Block. Ryder Block is looking, this tournament, man, he's looking good. He loves what he's seeing.
I don't know if he loved what he saw from Ryder as much as he disliked that they stopped that for going out of bounds.
Well, I thought they were out, but I thought that was the right call. I think he was up there telling Block that he just keep it going. I think he was just excited by Block. See more of that. It wasn't even just, it was the reshot, getting in deep, and then how he rolled him out, but didn't just roll him out to go out, but roll him out to actually come out on top in that situation. I mean, honestly, that's the first scramble we've won. I mean, it was
another shot.
First thing we've had a chance to even cheer about. It wasn't even a takedown, but come on, Block. It's going to end.
Comes to an end, scoreless. First scoreless period we've had so far. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Corn grows feed for our livestock, food for our families, and clean-burning fuel. For your drive to the game, drive clean with Unleaded 88. Support Iowa corn farmers. Go to iowacorn.org to pump it up with Unleaded 88. Styles' choice. He'll start down to begin the second.
The choice is Styles. He elects down.
Styles to his feet. Try to pick him up, put him back down, spike the hip. Now bumping him forward, trying to get a wrist of some sort. Styles back up to his base, now back up to his feet. Block picks him up, spikes the hip again. He bounces right back up to a knee. This
Block
time gets the hand
top.
control, but we drop down between the legs and drive him out of bounds. Head back to the center.
Block's tough on top. I agree with you what you said earlier. You made a really good comment this morning. I think bumping up to 149 has really helped Ryder a lot.
Yeah.
Well, number one, being healthy, because he's been injured since he's been a Hawkeye, multiple surgeries, and then also not cutting all the way down to 141 has made a big difference in his wrestling.
Several mat returns right there, even a Granby attempt by Styles, and we stay behind the arms, come into that claw ride. Bump him back down as they go out of bounds, head back to the center. 38 seconds eclipsed. So that is the riding time so far for Ryder Block. Styles gets reset. Block covers. That time able to get forward pressure, get him almost broken down, and Styles right back up to his base. Now we drop down to a leg. There we do get him flattened out. Trying to find a wrist, though. He's doing a lot around the waist and controlling the hips, but he's not been able to get anything there.
There's
he grabs
wrist.
that wrist, tries a quick tilt.
Almost got himself in danger right there.
They're going to give an escape.
Oh, my gosh. No way.
Referees are talking about it.
No.
They're going to go look at it. Tom threw the challenge brick. There's no way that was an escape.
Tom is hot.
Man, he tried that hip tilt.
We got that wrist, and then he tried it, and then he got a deep waist, and he tried rolling him over, kind of like a suicide roll through.
Yeah,
and
they're actually showing the replay here. Nope, that's from earlier. See if they actually show it. Nope. But yeah, he tilted him, and then as he did, Styles was able to kind of free his hips a little bit, and Block let go and came back around and was trying to cover him as they were going out of bounds the rest of the way. So they wave it off after they look at it.
Thank you.
So no escape.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Block does have 1:02 of riding time now. Styles to his feet. We spiked the hip once again.
Picked him all the way up and put him down hard.
Do it again. That time just back to his base. Styles stands back up. Slide out of bounds, head back to the center. 43 seconds remains.
At this point, we've committed. So we got to ride him out.
Styles. It's a roll. Reaches back, grabs our ankle. We
whoa,
hold him there.
Whoa, count him!
Counts! Saying he's not in control in that spot. Now Styles grabbing our leg, turning back into us.
Block, be careful here. Be careful here. Don't get yourself in danger here.
Each guy hanging onto the other's leg right now, so no change. Now we're going to stop for potentially dangerous.
Well, I was wondering that was coming.
13 seconds left. They can't even get untangled. They're so gumbied up.
Yeah, it looked like they're playing Twister or something.
Jay Jagger's not too happy that they didn't call a reversal or something there. Styles to his feet, reaching back, grabs our ankles. Now trying to turn in to stack us up defensively.
That's it.
Won't do it. Period comes to an end. We ride him out.
It's a big ride.
Now it will be Block's choice. Styles looks over saying, should I just cut him? He's going to go optional start, it looks like. So 2 minutes of riding time. Block to his feet, out for the escape. So that makes it 1-0, 2-0 with the riding time. Now, curious thing, I was thinking of this. Block took, what, 4, 5, 6 shots in that first period. Styles didn't get hit with a stall call at all, and he didn't take any. How soon before Block gets hit with stalling when Styles starts coming at him?
I don't know, we'll find out, but Block, there's a shot. I was just going to say,
a couple
Block
of
needs
shots
to stay
by
on
Block.
stay on his own offense and not worry about it, then we don't have to worry about it. Block, I'd like to see Block get a takedown here. We haven't scored a takedown yet in this duel meet.
Well, it looked like he had an opportunity, but
we didn't follow through with that.
Hustle through with it, yeah. We snapped him all the way to his knees and then thought he was going to bounce up quicker than he did. Right on the edge, there's a shot by Styles. We're locked around the chest, trying to hip into him. Styles trying to suck that in. Now we drop down, locked through the crotch, trying to roll him through. Styles trying to elevate. Can dump us off at the same time. Coming through the back door and grabs our ankle for 3.
Wow. 3-1 now. We do have riding time, so that makes it 3-2. An escape right now would tie it up 3-3.
Oh, they're going to call Block for stalling.
Yeah, stall warning against Block for kicking out of bounds.
No, because he was out of bounds. He saw the stall. He reached over and touched the carpet
is that what it was?
Off the mat. I mean,
he had to stop the clock is what he did.
But when they got to the 4.5 seconds, when Styles just slides out of bounds, they wouldn't have called him because he's doing the same thing.
He needs to get an escape here so we can get back up to his feet and tie this match up.
Leg thrown in. Block up to his feet. Trying to peel that free.
Get your escape, not a reversal. Don't worry about a reversal right now. Just at least get your 1.
20 seconds left. Out of bounds, head back to the center.
Come on, Block. Block's looking tired now. 17 seconds, he's got to get out.
I mean, the riding time is secured, but he's got to get the escape to force sudden victory. Right away, he starts crawling forward. Styles down to an ankle. He's reaching back.
Yeah, he's not.
Back. He's trying to Granby.
He ain't gonna get out here. He's got our ankle here.
Not gonna get it.
Nope.
Styles is gonna win 3-2. One shot is all it took. Ohio State goes on top by a score of 17-0.
Still without a takedown.
We will step out and be back with more right after this from Tulsa. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oaknall is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oaknall.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Xtreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back to the BOK Center, the National Duels Invitational, presented by Paycom. Finals match, and so far it has been all Ohio State. They lead by a score of 17-0 over the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll recap that momentarily. We need to step out right now, though, for stations along the network to identify themselves. You are listening to Iowa Wrestling. Just a little bit of shell shot going on right now. Dean Peterson came out, hit a shot, and got a little out of position, and then got out scrambled and pinned. Drake Ayala got taken down 3 times. Nasir Bailey got dominated by Tech Fall, and then Ryder Block took a bunch of shots, but wasn't able to get very deep or finish. Ethan Stiles was able to get one and hang on for the right out at the end to win 3-2. Right now we're sitting at a 17-0 lead for the Buckeyes.
Man, Block dominated that basically without any points. He really dominated that whole entire match up until about the last minute when he got taken down. And he just kind of relaxed on that shot, though, too. When Stiles got to him, he just stopped wrestling a little bit, and he could have sprawled out of bounds, but he actually came back into him, gave him his leg, and then thought he was just going to kind of out-scramble him, and he ended up getting taken down there. But he got tired, and he couldn't get out. He wasn't really, when he was trying to get out, he wasn't doing a lot of the, like, getting hand control and trying to clear your hips. It was just kind of like you said, reaching back and just rolling, and he didn't want to have to work hard. I think he was just finally hit a wall and got tired and couldn't get out. All he had to do was get out, and we're into overtime. That's it.
It's either that or he was thinking he needed to get the reversal. He was thinking it was 3-1. He wasn't taking riding time into account. He's like, I got to come up with something big to get 2, not 1.
Well, if that was the case, then
I don't know.
He's not. He needs to be a lot smarter of a wrestler than that.
Yeah.
You got to know how to. I mean, that's simple addition.
157 pounds, Brandon Cannon for Ohio State. And it will be Victor Voinovich again for the Hawkeyes.
I wonder what's up with Jordan Williams. Not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't wrestle earlier today against Oklahoma State either. Waiting for him to turn the lights back on so I can halfway see my paper to update it down here.
Voinovich got absolutely rolled earlier today, too. Did not, for his first debut this year as Iowa Hawkeye, he did not look good against Rabuto of Oklahoma State. He got beat 16-5.
Underway here. Cannon, number 8 or 9 in the country, depending on the poll you look at. Voinovich. That match earlier today was his first action since he wrestled in the Oklahoma State duel, not last season, but the year before, because he missed all of last year with knee surgery. Let's see if he blew some of those cobwebs out like we talked about and puts on a little bit better showing here. Cannon working a 2-on-1, reaches for the leg. Voinovich steps back out of it. Comes into a front headlock now for Voinovich. Stalemate it. So get back to action on their feet. A minute gone by.
Cannon
Low
on a
shot
nice
by
low
Cannon.
shot. Immediately comes right around. Quick angle right there. Stepping over.
Throws the whizzer in. He still has the leg. Trying to climb up.
Doing a good job of whizzering hard here. Trying to keep himself into this position here, not give it up by whizzering. Hopefully he can go to a stalemate, and he does. Does a good job by Voinovich not giving up that takedown with that wizard. Good job, Voinovich. Two major decisions and a tech fall for Cannon so far in this tournament.
Another low single attempt. That time he finished a lot quicker. Just pulled that leg to him and elevated at the same time. And then throws the leg in right away.
It's just like when we're out there, we're not even looking. Like sometimes we're not even looking to try and score at all whatsoever. We're just literally just waiting for them to shoot and wanting to try and defend it. And we're just getting caught flat-footed a lot. And, you know, going back to Drake's match, he never, I don't know if he even got a shot off.
I don't think so, no. I don't think he touched the legs.
And that's where you as an athlete and as a wrestler, I mean, if that happens, that's why you have to continue to always learn and build on your arsenal. You can't go into practice every day just working on the same stuff and just, you know, hitting the same move, same 2 or 3 moves, you know, every single day. And then if that one's not, one of those 2 or 3 aren't there, then you just kind of stand around and hand fight the rest of practice. I mean, you need to go in and you need to drill. You need to learn how to hit ties and shots from both sides, head to the outside, head to the inside, non-tie, tie. I mean, there's so many things. That's what's fun. That's what's great. And one of the things that I love about the sport of wrestling, because there is so much to learn all the time. You can never, ever stop learning. And you just always continue to keep adding things to your arsenal and not just have 2 or 3 things. Because then in a situation when someone stops those 2 or 3 things, then it's like you just stand there and hang out. You don't got nothing else. You have to force something at some point.
First period comes to an end. 1:20 of riding time and a 3-0 lead for Cannon of Ohio State. Voinovich's choice, he defers.
Same shot.
And then
Same
a stall
shot.
call.
Stall call on Voinovich and the same shot to his left ankle for Cannon. We're just really heavy on that left ankle.
Going back to that last match with that stall call right there, though, I mean, yes, I would say Victor maybe deserves that. 10 seconds into the second period, and you look at what Ryder Block did on his feet the entire first period. Now, would that have made a difference in the match? Probably not, but it's just the whole consistency sake. If you're going to call it one way for this match, call it the same way for every match. Voinovich still hanging on to that leg as Cannon's trying to come around behind. Now not sure what changed, but they finally awarded the 3. So that'll make it 6-0. Voinovich sit out, gets out for the escape. That'll make it 6-1. Another low shot attempt. Voinovich sprawls out of the way this time. Snap by Cannon, takes that low shot again, but Voinovich into a front headlock, but he clears out of it and comes right back in on a low double and takes us down again. 9-1 now is the lead, and then adding to that 1.5 minutes of riding time. throwing that leg in as well. Voinovich flat on the mat. 10 seconds left in this second period. And it will be a 9-1 lead as we go to the third. Hawk fans, enjoy your home away from home at Coralville's All-Suite Homewood Suites, Iowa River Landing, and Home 2 Suites, Hilton Hotels. Relax in spacious suites with kitchens and enjoy free breakfast, 24-hour gym, pool, hot tub, and more. Perfectly located for your next Hawkeye visit. Voinovich goes neutral in the third period. The shot by Cannon. We sprawl out of the way. Another shot, another stall call, and about another takedown here for Cannon. So that'll make it 13-1. Ohio State bench telling him cut him. That'll make it 13-2. Terry Brands hollering at Voinovich, hey, you got to fight. There he takes a shot. Head to the outside, but he got extended. Now Cannon hipping into him. Got us flattened out as he's got a hold of our ankle as well. Victor still trying to adjust, see if he can scoot those hips, post and elevate. Cannon trying to continue to crack down and work around behind here. Wow. 50 seconds remains, stalemate. Back to action on our feet.
Well, there's another shot by Cannon. Again, we're just so flat-footed, and we're getting caught reaching. And again, Steven, we're not even thinking. Like, scoring on an offensive point and an offensive shot and takedown right now literally isn't even crossing our mind.
Neutral danger, 1 count. Continuing to scramble. Victor trying to sit back into him here. Each guy hanging onto the other's leg. 10 seconds left. They stop it, potentially dangerous. Tom Ryan letting Cannon know, hey, you got to get one more here to get a tech fall.
Well, he went for it, and he didn't get it, thankfully.
14-2 major decision. Ohio State on top by a score of 21-0.
Jeez.
We'll come back with more from Tulsa right after this. You are listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCullum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom, live at the BOK Center in downtown Tulsa. Halfway through the championship match, and Ohio State just continuing their tear that they've been on all weekend, leading the Iowa Hawkeyes by a score of 21-0. Oklahoma State finished third earlier today, defeating Nebraska.
Well, unfortunately, Iowa is on the receiving end right now of this beatdown from Ohio State. And this is where we really, really, really need to turn things around here. I mean, the dual meet's out of hand, but at the same time we can hopefully get a few wins along the way and walk out of here with our head high and some good duels through this weekend, with this not being really one of them. But we got to start competing for sure. That's the best word I can think of, competing. Yeah. We got to at least compete in some of these matches, and we're just not competing. There's Jordan Williams right there. Looks to be completely healthy.
Could have just been a matchup thing. Maybe save Cannon, getting the feel for him till the dual meet in February. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, Dodge Street Tire and Auto, locally owned and operated, voted best of the area for a dozen straight years, proudly supports Iowa wrestling. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets in Iowa City. Peeking ahead real quick, Hawks will be back in action again on Friday night, back in Iowa City. It'll be a 7:30 start time as they take on Pittsburgh. That'll be an interesting matchup, too. I mean, Pittsburgh's got a couple of decent guys. And
what time is that?
7:30.
On Friday?
Friday night.
Jeez, it's late. That's like my bedtime.
At least it's not 8 o'clock.
In wintertime.
I know.
At least it's not 8, but, man, it gets to be wintertime, and I went to go to bed the other night, and my daughter Maggie's like, Dad, it's still in the 6s.
Well, that was the thing a couple of times, both Friday night and last night. It's like, okay, we get done, we get back, and we're sitting there watching something on TV, like, man, I could really go to sleep. And you look down, it's like 8:15. Oh, well, I guess I could. We move to 165. Number 12, Patty Gallagher for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 2 ranked Mikey Caliendo for the Hawkeyes. 11-3 was the score last year in the dual meet. See if Mikey can pick it up a little bit. Coming off of loss to Lockett earlier today. We talked, he's had a couple of tight matches. See if he can just kind of come out and wrestle like we saw last year.
See what Caliendo does after getting beat earlier by Lockett, and see how he reacts. See if he can stop the bleeding for the Hawks.
Makes his way out, gets the ankle bands to put on. Shake hands and we get underway here.
Come on, Caliendo. He's been slow in this tournament a little bit. Let's see him open up a big can of takedowns.
Feels like, even in the Bellarmine match, but so far this season, it's just his offense hasn't been super comfortable yet. He hasn't been able to set things up the way he normally did last year. Shot right there by Gallagher. "45 seconds gone by. Just kind of pushing on each other. And we haven't really seen Michael hit the duck that he hits so well, as there's a huge snap by Gallagher. Bounces our face right off the mat. Right there is that duck by Caliendo. Wasn't there. It was stopped. Tries going back the other way, and then comes in and reshoots the other side. They slide out of bounds. those are the things that you were talking about earlier, Mark, where, he's got that great duck. Guys know it, so they're going to feel it coming. He's got to figure out how to put 2 or 3 things together off of that, but use it to set up some action and create some motion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the biggest thing that I've been honestly seeing out of our guys is our setups. We don't have really good setups. We're not really moving the guys out of position to get to the legs, to get ourselves in on shots. And see that, how he was reaching from a long ways away right there, getting caught high-low coming in, not clearing the arms. I mean, you're going to have that for sure once in a while. It's not always just going to be a perfect, nice, easy shot to get in on. But we're just making, like Tom said earlier, we're just making it a lot harder than it needs to be.
Minute to go here in this first period. No score. Caliendo trying to find that tie that he wants right there. Gallagher not letting him get that right hand onto him at all. There's Gallagher with the shot. We hip into him, try to throw the underhook by, but Gallagher clears out. 30 seconds to go, first period. Little snap, but he just cleared out of it. Another snap by Caliendo. This first period looks like it is going to tick away. Another half attempt there by Caliendo, but no points will be on the board. Caliendo's choice, he'll start down to begin the second period. No, they changed. It's supposed to be Gallagher's choice, so he'll start down.
He takes the bottom position.
He gets set. Caliendo covers. Right away, a switch into a sit-out. Keep him forward, trying to trap that arm. Back into a sit-out, up onto his knee. We try to grab that wrist. He works up to his feet, trying to get the hand control. Caliendo picks him up, throws him back down right on the edge of the mat. Now trying to lever the triceps. Gallagher trying to build his base. Into a tripod, we slide out of bounds, head back to the center.
Block did such a good job riding in his match, too. Rode him out the entire period, which probably took a lot of energy out of him, too. But
roll through attempt by Gallagher. We stop him.
Stopped him. Good job. Had him flat for a second there. Gallagher did a good job. Brought himself back up, got his knees underneath him, up to a tripod.
Tripping back down to his knee. Gets right back to that tripod. We're hanging heavy on that left side. Trying to work that far wrist. Gallagher into a sit-out. Driving back forward to his base. Gallagher to his feet. We let him out for the escape. 54 seconds towards riding time. Gallagher leads 1-0. Big snap again by Gallagher. Caliendo, another attempt. Clear back to the center, 30 seconds to go. Caliendo looking for that duck, but he gets down blocked. Ten seconds to go now in this second period. And it looks like it will be a 1-0 lead for Gallagher as we go into the third. Caliendo's choice, he'll start down. You realize, Mark, we've not had a lead in any of our individual matches.
Well, it's hard to get a lead when you haven't had a single takedown.
Yeah, but not even like gone down first and gotten an escape to go up 1-0.
Well, we're tied right now, 1-1. We technically had the lead with the riding time point.
If you want to go that way, yeah.
Rider block.
That's the only lead we've had. Still no takedowns. Half attempt right there by Gallagher. Riding time at 51 seconds for Caliendo, 1-1 score. Ohio State leading the Hawkeyes 21-0 in the team score. Caliendo trying to change the levels, but again, like you said, Mark, just not getting it set up. He's not clearing the arms.
There's a snap, but look what we did. Nothing off of it. There's no second setup there. Nothing. No follow-through. No reshots. Like, no. It's just we're, like, really very one-dimensional. Like, perfect example right there again. We snap him all the way down to his knees, and we just watch him come back up. And it just – there's another snap, and – we're just not following through. We're moving him, but then like once, and then we just allow him to get back to position. There's a shot right there by Gallagher, gets in our legs, and we did a good job getting our legs back. And then another shot by Gallagher, and now Gallagher's kind of playing the edge.
10 seconds left in regulation. Trying that boot scoot. Couldn't get all the way through, so we will go to sudden victory tied up at 1. See what Caliendo can do here. Gallagher with the snap. The Ohio State bench getting into it. Shot by Gallagher. We reshoot and get around behind.
There you go. We got a takedown and a win. Takedown wins it. A reshot.
4-1 in sudden victory. Hawks on the board, 21-3 is the lead for the Buckeyes. We'll take a timeout and be back with more from Tulsa and the BOK Center right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fans section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
We move to 174 pounds. 9th-ranked Carson Harchla for the Ohio State Buckeyes against Iowa's number 2-ranked Patrick Kennedy. 21-3 is the lead for the Buckeyes.
Boy, I mean, we won a match. Hey, we won a match. We got a takedown. We won a match, Steven. All right, we're on the board. But now we're up. Now, this is a tough match. You talk about having to work hard to try and get takedowns and trying to win wrestling matches. You try wrestling this Carson Harchla, this guy here, you talk about staying in unbelievably good position and having a really hard time moving and getting to the legs and scoring points on. Now, this is a match where I would never expect it to be like a really high-scoring match. You know, I mean, Patrick Kennedy, as far as I know, he's wrestled him twice.
Yep,
and
4-2 in the Big Ten, 7-3 in the dual meet were the scores. He lost both of them.
Yeah, he's lost both of them, and I don't think he's taken him down yet. I mean, it'd be big if Patrick could find a way to get a takedown on Carson.
Said Hartzler just so solid, and he wrestles a lot like Patrick of just keeping that pressure coming into you, but he's got such good hips. Patrick snaps him into a front headlock, but got that left arm trapped, so they stalemate it.
But again, we're not using that position. We have him down into a short offense front head position, and we let it go to a stalemate. If it does anything, and he gets out of that position, it's got because he has to earn his way out. Don't let him out, or just pause the situation. You're in such an awesome position to score there. There's another nice snap right there by Patrick, trying to get around behind. He's in that short offense again. Little duck attempt right there by Archula. See, he's making Archula work now. Now he pulls him back down. That's great wrestling right here by Patrick.
But he's just holding with that left elbow trap.
Well, he's got our arm. Yeah, he's got to clear that arm. But that was good motion there. That was a good job by Patrick.
.45 to go, first period. Another snap. Hartzler dives in towards our leg. Patrick back to that front headlock. Tries to circle around, but Hartzler able to circle up with him. Patrick again into that front headlock. Trying to go to the ankle. Comes back to snap him. Hartzler trying to duck again off of that, but Patrick trying to clear that left arm out. Reaches for the ankle again. Now comes up to a 2-on-1, but wasn't comfortable with it, so he lets go of it. There's a nice duck by Hartzler, but we able to scramble back, get out front. Got him flattened out. Hartzler hanging on to our leg. Over the top of him, hanging on to his. Stalemate. .50 seconds remains now, first period. Guy left-handed collar. Patrick fighting for that inside position on the right hand now. Another big snap.
Another duck by attempt by Karchla there. Yeah, scored. Look at that ankle right in his face. I'm just like staring him down. Like, get to that ankle, Patrick. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, go for it. Patrick's wrestling well. I mean, he's moving Hartzler and scrambling with him well or whatever. But man, we need to learn some, keep wrestling from that front head offense, short offense there, because he's in that position a lot. And if you're going to get there that often with him, then learn how to score there. And I know he works on it. I know that for a fact.
Patrick defers his choice, so Hartzler will start down to begin the second period. Into a sit out. Pops the hips free and gets out for the escape. 10 seconds towards riding time for Kennedy. There's a shot by Hartzler. Gets extended, trying to scoot those hips under him. Same spot we were in the first period. To a stalemate. Got blood, it looks like, on the map. Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. Proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. Back to action, 1:35 to go, second period. Hartsville of Ohio State, a 1-0 lead on Patrick Kennedy. Snap into that front headlock again. Another duck into a carry attempt. We go all the way over. Come back out the other side. There's a couple of fakes by Patrick trying to follow through. Another snap by Hartsville, or by Kennedy against Hartsville.
You know, for being a no takedown scoring match so far, this match has been pretty entertaining. Both these guys are wrestling hard, trying to create some offense, trying to do some things. There's a sweep attempt right there by Patrick. This has not been a boring match by any means for such a low scoring, which we talked about that. We said that coming in here.
Patrick snaps into the front head, tries to circle around, but again, Hartsville hustles, gets those hips back square with us. 45 on the clock as they stalemated again. Hartsville gets that knee brace, or knee sleeve readjusted, walks back to the center. Patrick, another snap. Haven't seen Patrick go to the underhooks or a 2-on-1 at all.
He had an underhook earlier, just couldn't do anything with it.
There's that sweep to a low single.
He's in tight here. He's in deep, head of the inside single, cutting the corner. Hartsville kicked out right there, though. God dang it! That was a chance. God, that was a great chance to score there. Good shot by Patrick.
Second period comes to an end. Hartsville leads 1-0. Patrick's choice, he'll start down. He rode for 10 seconds. Patrick set. Hartsville now covers. Patrick into a sit out. Hand control and escape.
Well, it comes down to this, 1-1. Who's going to get the takedown? They both have been having some good shots, some good offense, some good defense on both guys' parts. Both have been getting after it and trying to put themselves in a position to score. Just neither one have been able to capitalize on anything yet. There's a shot right there by Hartsville, and he gets his hands locked around our legs, but we're sprawled all the way back. Hartsville's extended here. Probably going to go to a stalemate, and it does.
We've been in the front head multiple times. He's been in that fully extended shot, the hands locked multiple times.
Shot head of the inside shot. He shot carries. We're underhooking right now. Underhooking and overhooking. Coming in. Hartsville circles on out of it.
A minute to go in regulation of a 1-1 match. Patrick comes across, and as he does, Hartsville drops, but Patrick felt that coming and sprawled back out of the way. Another duck attempt. Good down block again by Patrick.
Great down block by Patrick. He felt that coming and just pushed Hartsville off of him. 40 seconds to go here in the match, tied up 1-1. Riding time not a factor.
There's a snap, gets to the, I thought he had the ankle for a moment, but Hartsville able to scoot that hips back just a little bit and then shoots him off the edge as they head back to the center. 32 on the clock.
Just a couple of warriors out there going at it. There's a shot right off the whistle by Hartsville. He's in deep on Patrick, head of the inside single. Patrick trying to get his hips back. Hartsville's got his hands locked. It looks like we're going to go to another stalemate here probably. Patrick showing how heavy his hips can be. Gotta be ready off that whistle, Patrick.
I thought Hartsville that time did a better job keeping Patrick off of him, but Patrick was able to get those hips back on top of the back of his head. Another shot there by Hartsville. We're into this front headlock situation again.
Again, we're here, but see how we keep locking our hands? We don't want to lock our hands there. You don't want to lock your hands in a front headlock. That's how you give up your elbow, and also how you go to a stalemate, like just happened every single time, or we just the period ended. That's also how you get ducked.
1-1 as we go to sudden victory, second straight match. These guys working hard enough. They got to get a towel out there to wipe the sweat off. the mat. So 2 minutes on the clock. Tied up at 1. Patrick takes a shot. He's headed inside this time. Now he steps over
and missed it. Now he's still got the leg. Hartzler trying to kick out like he did the last time. Now he's trying to trick knee. Patrick staying with it right now, not allowing him to cut the corner on him.
He's
Patrick
locked around our chest, trying to roll us through.
Hartzler on his butt, trying to roll us through here. We got that single here. All kinds of time. Now we're trying to shelf that leg. He does. There's a three-point takedown for Patrick Kennedy for the win. Workman-like, as always. Love it.
Hey, 2 takedowns, 2 wins.
Good match, Patrick Kennedy.
4-1 in sudden victory. Makes the score 21-6 now in favor of the Buckeyes. We will take a timeout. We'll be back with more of the National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom from the BOK Center in Tulsa. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Welcome back to the BOK Center. The National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom. 184 pounds coming up next. Angelo Ferrari for the Hawkeyes will be taking on Dylan Fishback, number 7 ranked for Ohio State.
That was a big, big win for Patrick Kennedy right there.
A guy that he's had some tough matches with and just come up short both times. Feels good to flip one of those into our favor.
I tell you what, Patrick really looks like he's improved his wrestling a lot from even last year to this year. I mean, he really, really does. And obviously he has a lot more room for improvement if we could learn to score from that short offense front headlock too. But he's really, like, just his scrambling abilities and the way he's getting off shots and hitting multiple different kinds of shots. And just, I tell you what, I really like Patrick's wrestling right now. That was a big, big win. That one going 1-1 into overtime, that's not surprising to me.
No. But like you said, it wasn't your typical boring 1-1. I mean, it was a lot of action by both guys, trying, and great defense by both guys, stopping the attempts.
Yeah, for sure.
Main Street Sweet's been a hometown favorite in downtown West Branch for over 15 years, offering great burgers, tenderloins, cheese balls, and more, along with many awesome ice cream treats. Order online, call ahead, or stop in to visit. Main Street Sweets, owned and operated by my wife Jessica and me, on the web at mainstreetsweetswb.com. It's the only bad thing, some of the downtime we've had between sessions here this weekend is could have gone for an ice cream cone. And then even look to see if there was one close, because I get enough as it is, so.
I love me some ice cream, that's for sure.
Miss Morningstar's sister's getting it for us all the time.
Yeah.
Back when he was competing, they used to always bring us a cone. Dylan Fishback, number 7 in the country. Transferred in from North Carolina State.
I don't know if I've recognized one single walkout song yet.
I recognize this one. This is
I am so not up to speed on.
Well, so this is one
music
like a
these
Christian
days.
rock song. I think it's I Thank God. I can't remember who sings it. See what Angelo Ferrari comes out to. Probably one we're not going to know.
Yeah, definitely one I'm not going to know. Maybe when Garage Marty comes out, if he wrestles from Soul and Heavy, I might know a song, maybe.
He might have a little Johnny Cash action.
Maybe.
I mean, according to this list that I found, Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty? I don't know.
No, but I was in the room the other night, and they had I don't know who had it on or what, but it was a playlist going, but I had to shut it off. It was this stuff, and I just couldn't do it. Can't concentrate. It was just so bad. Angelo Ferrari. A couple of big matches for him this weekend.
I just
big
noticed,
wins.
I hadn't seen him really, but that eye he got poked in. It's like turning black right now. A little shiner on that right
the
side.
Sinclair match.
Yeah, very first match of the weekend. So Ferrari and Fishback.
Ferrari ranked number 2, Fishback ranked number 7.
Ferrari got a finger to the eye right away. Didn't even wipe it out, but just stopped action momentarily. Both guys wrestling down on a hand and knee. Coming across, tying up now with those collar ties. Snap by Ferrari, but he was going sideways as he did it. More just clearing the tie. All right, back up into those collars. He's had a tough road this weekend.
Yeah, but he's come out on top on all of them so far. And I want to say so far because this is no walk in the park either, especially as hot as Ohio State has been.
Yeah. Shot as they go out of bounds. Head back to the center. 1:56 to go, first period. Wonder if Nebraska stuck around or if AJ has to be watching in on the road on his way back to Nebraska.
I don't know. No, I guarantee they didn't stick around. I'm sure Nebraska's on the road for sure.
.135 now in the first.
Lincoln can't be too far from here. Probably 4 hours. Heck, they might be home by now. No, probably not home yet. So far, this one here, we're a minute and 50 seconds in, and hasn't been a lot to report to the listeners back home or wherever you're listening from.
According to Google Maps, it's 6.5 hours back to Lincoln.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, this is a lot further than I thought then, because it's about 4.5 to Lincoln. I was thinking this drive from home is like, I was thinking this was like 8 hours, but it's going to be a little over 10 or so. Glad we're not driving.
Yeah. 35 to go here in this first period. No score. Fishback and Ferrari.
About a 2-hour flight back home. Someone just yelled from the stands, boring, and I agree.
Yeah. Fifteen on the clock. Yeah. Now Fishback just tapping our forehead. We're just popping it off.
We could have just, as we sometimes say, just gone to the second period and took 3 minutes off the clock and started the match there, because there was no action and nothing happened there in that first period between Ferrari and Fishback. I don't think either one of those guys' heart rate's probably up over 150 right now.
Fishback's choice. He'll choose down. So he gets set. Ferrari covers. Bump him forward. They get over towards the edge, trying to keep a toe in, but they slide out, head back to the center. Fishback gets reset. Come around on that right side. Going to a claw ride. A lot of heavy pressure forward. Now Fishback able to clear that grip and gets kicked out for the escape. So 1-0 is the lead for Fishback. Ferrari stays low like that, Mark, but it feels like if he just did a lot more side to side and got guys stepping into him, he would create more openings. He just stays low and then jumps up into a collar tie and then squeezes.
Yeah, he does that a lot. There's a shot right there by Fishback. He's in deep on. As we were low and Wayne went to jump up, he dropped down on that shot. He timed it perfectly right there, Steven.
We somersault through and grab the ankle, almost give up neutral danger. Trying to come through the back door ourselves. He's got a hold of our leg across his back. Now we step all the way to the other side of him. Ferrari's sitting on him. Going to go to a stalemate. 33 seconds to go. Now we've got blood time, it looks like. Both guys might be bleeding. Check out the Iowa Style Apparel retail store in Cedar Rapids. Iowa Style Apparel offers the latest looks for a variety of local sports teams, including an expansive wrestling section. Check out the Iowa Style Apparel retail store in Cedar Rapids or shop online at iowastyleapparel.com. Riley said for you, Mark, it might be a 4-hour drive back to Lincoln.
Yeah. I drove from Colorado to Mexico from home and back a couple of times this last month. Went right through Lincoln on 80. Is that Ryan down there? Yeah.
Yeah, Morningstar helping wipe up the mat.
They've been having problems with these mats. I don't know if they're brand new mats or what the deal is, but being pretty slippery.
Oh, I think this almost looks like the ones they had for the Big 12s. I mean, they look like they've got some spots on there. As they finish wiping this up, let's step out real quick for station ID break. You're listening to Iowa Wrestling. Get the mat cleaned up. Back to action here. 30 seconds to go. Second period. Fishback of Ohio State, a 1-0 lead on Angelo Ferrari. Ferrari took a sweep attempt there, but couldn't get all the way to the leg.
Thought he was going to get to that leg. It was a good shot, but Fishback was able to square his hips, get that leg back before Ferrari could get his hands locked around it. Second period is going to come to an end with Fishback leading this one 1-0.
Third straight match, 0-0 after one, 0-1 after two.
A lot of action early on, all by Ohio State in the first 5 weights, and then been pretty boring since, but the Hawkeyes have squeaked out a couple of overtime victories at 65 and 74. And this one here looks like it's kind of going down that same road.
Ferrari tripod to his feet. Fishback drops down to the leg.
See that?
Way up high.
You can't leave your feet behind like that, Steven. But What
clear out
right there.
Right on the edge. Try to drop for a shot. Reshot there. They go out. Head back to the center. 1:37 to go. 1-1 score. Now we got more blood on the mat.
Is it blood or
Sweat?
I
Something.
think it's just sweat. I think it's just the mat's wet. They keep nonstop having to come out here and dry these mats. These mats are, I don't want to say the brand because I'll get in trouble, I don't want to say what brand of mat they are, but they're not very good when it comes to sweat and preventing from being slippery, that's for sure. Just whatever the finish is on them. Yeah, look at Ferrari up there on that big screen. He's pretty beat up.
Get it wiped off again. Back to action. 1.5 minutes to go in regulation. Ferrari for the Hawkeyes. Fishback for the Buckeyes. Ohio State leading Iowa 21-6. Last match we talked about it being 1-1, going to overtime with some action. This one, not near as much. There's a shot from a long ways away by Fishback. We're into a front headlock right on the edge of the mat. Fishback trying to circle back in.
54 seconds remaining third period.
Ferrari can work on that there. He tries to push him out. I'm going to call stalling on Ohio State for backing out of bounds. I think that's the first stall call against Ohio State this match.
This match or dual meet?
This dual meet.
To say, I don't know if it's been, I don't know if I've seen one this whole duel.
.40 seconds to go in regulation, tied up at 1. Again, just Fishback pushing on our forehead. We're standing there letting him. There's another shot by Ferrari. Finally gets to the ankle, reaches across to the other one and gets the 3.
There's a takedown. Whew, at least we don't have to go to overtime.
Slide out of bounds with 15 seconds left.
They're going to throw that brick, too. They're going to throw the brick.
I don't know, man. It was 3, I thought.
100% 3. I mean, if you're Tom Ryan and it's going to go to overtime in this situation, honestly, I don't blame him for throwing it just to see. You don't, probably it doesn't really going to matter anything else. Just go ahead and throw it. But I don't foresee this getting taken away at all. If it does, I'll be pretty surprised and shocked and blown away.
We've seen some crazy things.
He hit that sweep, and then actually Fishback tried almost like turning and kicking out. When he did that from the feet, we wrapped up the other ankle. We had them both lassoed up, and he dropped to his knees. And then what happened was we went to climb up the body and let go, and then that's when he lost it again. But we had the takedown secured, and then as we started to climb the body, he was able to kick a leg free. But the takedown was already secured.
This is all independent. There's 3 guys down looking at the video. They're handing the red brick back. They're waving it off.
No takedown. Wow.
Tom Brand says, "Are you kidding me?"
Wow. I've seen it all, buddy. I have seen it all now. Oh, go again.
15 seconds left.
I wish they'd show the replays on the screen up above here in front of us. It'd be nice.
So back to a 1-1 score with 10 seconds to go in regulation. And it's going to be the 3rd straight match that goes to sudden victory. Back to the 2 minutes on the clock. Fishback and Ferrari. Ferrari's hit that sweep a couple of times, missed the one, but got in and we thought finished a takedown the second time. Working the collar tie into a front headlock, underhook on the right side now, over-under situation. Fishback posting his right hand down. Ferrari trying to find an angle there, goes back to that sweep, missed. Fishback comes back across, a minute 10 to go in the sudden victory period.
Come on, quit playing finger grab.
Ferrari trying to throw that underhook in.
Ferrari's got to circle in, though. He's wrestling on the edge here. We can't be offensive right here. Come on, Ferrari, circle.
Shot there by Fishback. We get double unders thrown in. Now clear out of them.
Nice snap
right
there.
Throw by the underhook, head to the inside, trying to cut off to the double. Fishback trying to hip in, get our head popped off to the outside now. Ferrari trying to reach through to the other leg. See if he can elevate, turn into him here. Fishback locked around our waist. Now we reach up, grab the other leg, drive over, and secure the 3. Ferrari just looks at the side ref and says, "That's my second one of the match. Thank you very much."
Ferrari's pointing to him and telling him 6. That's 6 points for me. All the Iowa coaches, too, Morningstar and Tom and Terry, were all doing the same thing, like looking over at the side referee.
4-1 is the victory. Third straight match the Hawkeyes get in sudden victory. 21-9 now is the lead for Ohio State. We'll take a bonus break right now. We'll be back with more from Tulsa right after this. This is Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Welcome back to the BOK Center, the National Duels Invitational, presented by Paycom. 197 pounds, Seth Shoemate for the Buckeyes, taking on Masoma Indine for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Masoma!
21-9 is the lead now for the Buckeyes.
He's had a good tournament so far. Couple of big wins, a pin. Let's see if I recognize this song. Definitely not. I don't know what heritage Masoma is, but whatever it is, it sounds like this song is like...
Well, this is actually Elevation Worship. This is another Christian rock song called Praise.
You know you're a Christian song, Steven.
You know it.
So does Hannah.
Dean getting the ankle bands put on.
Let's see if we can score our first regulation takedown without it getting taken away first. And try and do it in the first period. There's a shot
Double leg.
right away.
Comes up into a body lock, takes him. Almost gets taken down himself, and then Shoemate throws him off.
Wow. Double leg. Get pulled up in double overs, or a double over-under situation. and then Shoemate tries to lateral drop us, and we land on top of him, but Shoemate was able to keep moving and scrambling. There are no points awarded, but some great action right off the whistle.
2-on-1 right now by Shoemate, and Dean trying to clear out of it. 45 seconds gone by. Let's get right back to that. Same thing, Mo. Come on now. It's a sweep attempt. Shoemate reshoots on us, but we're able to kick out and explode away. Square back up with him.
See, for a guy like Masoma and Dean, it's nice to have a guy like Stephen Buchanan in the room that he can train with.
Finger to the eye right there. Mo wipes that out real quick. Shoemate, we were talking a little bit with Piles from Flo when we got here. Stephen Buchanan teched him in the dual meet. And then at the Big Tens, that was the one where Stephen had to get a late takedown and 4-point move to get the major decision. Oh, there, Shoemate on a reshot. We came across for that double, and he got high-low on us.
I was just going to say,
threw it by.
We got high-low, and he got thrown by right there.
Up to our feet. Get dumped down as we go out of bounds. Head back to the center. 3-0 is the lead for Shoemate. 1:14 to go in the first. Ohio State 21-9 lead. Restart here for Mo. Staying at his base. Scoots the hips, almost gets sucked back. Not far side cradle attempt, but Mo able to break out of that. Gets the escape. 55 to go, 3-1 here in the first period in favor of Shoemate. I like that double, but maybe try to get kind of like Ferrari did, get kind of that misdirection low single. Nice solid head to the outside high crotch.
And Dean's, you can tell he's kind of one of them wrestlers like to wrestle from a non-tie. Like, he's so quick and explosive. He's not a like a Patrick Kennedy where he's just gonna kind of like hang on you and beat on your head and snap you down and then hit a sweep or something like that. He's kind of a touch and go type of wrestler, but that's how he got caught high-low coming in from a non-tie and one left hand high and right hand low and got thrown right by. So he trails 3-1 at the end of the first period. It's going to be Masoma's choice. He's going to choose down. Shoemate has 30 seconds built towards his ride time off that takedown in the first period. I would be very surprised if we even put Gage Marty on the mat after this. It's probably going to be the last match of the duel right here.
To our feet, get run out of bounds, head back to the center. "13 seconds off the clock, 44 towards the riding time now. Dean gets set. Covered by Shoemate. Again, we're up to our feet. Picks us up, throws us down. We explode right back up, trying to get that hand control and do for the escape. 53 seconds towards the riding time for Shoemate. 3-2 is the lead now for the Buckeye. .120 to go, second period. Another shot there by Shoemate. We're able to turn, kick away.
Now let's turn this
right
into our
back
own
across,
offense.
front head.
Got to get our own shot going here.
Actually just kind of caught in an over-under situation, just holding position. stalemate it, get a fresh start from the center. There's that double leg again, trying to drive through.
Yeah,
steps outside. And steps over him to his back. Mendine gets the takedown and 3 count. So that'll make it. Should be an 8-3 lead. They only have 5-3 on the board. It should be 8-3.
Well, he got into that double, sucked it in so strong, kept sucking it in, and then he outside tripped, which you don't want to do, and it almost costed him. Shoemate scrambled, went to throw Dean, and then Dean landed on top, but when he landed on top, he was smart and landed completely parallel and threw the legs in right away, so he couldn't get rolled over and held him for a 3 count. But it was really risky tripping outside.
Tom wanting a stall call because we got called for it earlier on the exact same thing of just reaching out and touching the carpet. Briscoe's not even going to turn around and look at him.
Yeah, who was that for? Oh, Brock?
Ryder Block.
Block.
Again, call it consistent. That's all I ask. Now, the situation was a little different. Block just reached over and touched it rather than, in this case, Shoemate was crawling out, but still he's crawling out.
It's the end of the second period, and Dean leads 8-3.
Shoemate's choice, he's going to go neutral. Good, let's put him to his back again. Get another 6 or 7 point throw. Love you, Lane. (8-3) is the lead for Dean. There's a little misdirection by Shoemate. Gets down to our ankle, but Dean able to kick away. Somewhat stepping heavy a couple of times, trying to get Shoemate reacting. Circling around both ways. Shoemate coming across, trying to throw an underhook by. Drops down to the ankle now.
Stay in there. Stay in there. Fight it. Stay in bounds and fight. And Dean.
Slide out of bounds. He was able to do the splits right at the last second to clear that out.
Don't let him get your legs anymore, Steven.
Just
don't let him get your legs. Stay in there. Don't give him any openings to be able to get a good shot off. Move your feet.
50 seconds to go. About another takedown just to get a major decision here. Dean.
I don't think we're looking for another takedown, Steven. Not
Shot from a ways away there by Shoemate. Clear out, go off to the edge. Going to get called for stalling for backing out.
Yeah, we're definitely not looking for another takedown right now. It's going to have to be off of a pretty extended shot by Shoemate, and we hit a quick go behind. But our own shot from a setup and a tie and a setup, we ain't looking.
Shoemate gets to our ankle. We're trying to do the splits across. Reaching back, trying to whizzer now. And we will fight this off.
That's going to do it. So that's a big win for Masoma and Dean. That was a great weekend for him. A great weekend.
Shoemate was 8th place in the Big Tens last year.
21-12. And that's probably going to be it. 27-12. 27-12.
Change those first 2 matches to wins for us. Take 9 away, add us 6.
And 49.
And then 49.
I mean,
So Iowa is going to forfeit, so that will be the final score.
That was a really, really rough start for the Hawks, but at the same time, we won the last 4 matches.
Yep.
Well, not counting heavyweight, but forfeited there. But we won the last 4 matches, so we're going out on a note. 3 of them were out in overtime, but at least it gives us something to walk out of here, and the team's $150,000 richer too. So.
Yep. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back and begin your post-meet right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th.
Back in Tulsa, National Duels Invitational Championship match goes to Ohio State 27-12. Mark, not the finish we wanted to the weekend, but like you said, rather have it here, get back to work in the wrestling room, still have not a lot of time, but a lot more time than you would if this was, say, in January or February. Get to work, say, you know what, we know where we're at this point. Let's keep getting better and build as we move into these next couple of months.
Yeah, I was just watching us collect our big cardboard check down there. Yeah, I mean, I think this is it's a really good tournament for this time of the year from the fact that it gives us something to really build off of going into the heart of the season. I mean, something like this and these dual matches that we've been in dogfights with and stuff, I think this really benefits us going into, like, say, Iowa State. I mean, it's a lot of great prep in situations like this in a dual meet format going into something like that. So a lot of these guys now have so much to go back to the room and work on and have something to feed on and in so many areas, these guys. And we left, like Tom said, we're just stingy. We left a lot. I can't even begin to emphasize how many points we left out on the mat in the last couple of days. But there were some really, really great, amazing bright spots to this tournament this weekend for the Iowa Hawkeyes as well, too. So just kind of unfortunate that things got started off on a rough start for the Hawkeyes going into this duel here tonight with Peterson in on a shot of his own and just got caught in a scramble situation and cradled up and pinned, and then it just really kind of snowballed from there. But if I just had to give an OW to one guy on the team for this weekend, I'd give it to Mosama and Dean.
Yeah, he looked good, and he had a lot of tough matches. So, well, the Hawks dropped this one, but they'll get back to action again on Friday night. We'll take one more quick timeout and come back and wrap things up from Tulsa right after this. You're listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Time now for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Health Coverage Report. Let's take a look at the numbers. When you enroll in a Wellmark individual or family health plan, you choose from thousands of in-network providers. And you're teaming up with Iowa's #1 health insurance company. We know healthcare in Iowa. Score great coverage from Wellmark. Find the plan that's best for you at wellmark.com/covered. Enrollment ends January 15th. Flu season is here. Get your flu shot today at your local Hy-Vee pharmacy. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment is necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, earn a 20-cent fuel saver. That's right, a 20-cent fuel saver. Get your flu shot when it's convenient for you. Schedule online or just stop by your Hy-Vee pharmacy. No appointment necessary. Help your family stay healthy. Get your flu shot and get a 20-cent fuel saver only at Hy-Vee. See store for details. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome back to the BOK Center in Tulsa. National Duels Invitational presented by Paycom is in the books. Hawkeyes drop a tough one here tonight to Ohio State in the final. Still finish in second place. Still finish with $150,000. Started off, Dean Peterson was in on a shot, but got taken down and cradled. Loses by fall. 6-0 Hawks trail. Drake Ayala not in on a shot at all. Got taken down 3 times. Loses 10-4. Nasir Bailey loses by tech fall. Ryder Block in control most of the match. Gets taken down with about a minute to go. Comes up just short 3-2. Victor Voinovich loses by major 14-2. Caliendo, Kennedy, and Ferrari all 3 win by 4-1 sudden victory wins. Masoma and Dean picks up the 8-3 win, and then we forfeited at heavyweight to make the final score 27-12 in favor of Ohio State. We'll be back in action on Friday night. The Hawkeyes welcome the Pitt Panthers to Carver Hawkeye Arena. 7:30 start time. Mark and I will have pre-meet coverage for you beginning at 7:15. Until then, big thanks to Brian, producer engineer back in Jeff City at Learfield, turning the knobs, keeping us going here this evening. A big thank you to all of our sponsors for making it possible for Mark and I to make it down here and bring you all of the coverage. A huge thank you to you guys for tuning in, sending us messages, and following along all weekend. And we appreciate everything that you do. We'll talk to you again on Friday night. Until then, this is Stephen Grace. You have been listening to Hawkeye Wrestling from Learfield.
Iowa Hawkeye Wrestling has been brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. And by Oak Knoll, a not-for-profit life plan community, serving the Iowa City community for 59 years. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.